We're back. Welcome to today's episode of The Breakdown. I'm Mike.
And I'm Austin.
And man, we have a great show for y'all today. With football season right around the corner, man, we got to talk about some football. I'm excited, man. Anytime the Super Bowl ends, I'm like, all right, when's the next season coming around?
Right. No basketball, just baseball right now.
Which, I love baseball, but I need some football in my life.
I'm
But
ready for some football.
we have a great show planned for y'all today. We're going to be giving our previews of each division. Going to tell you our opinion about which rookie quarterback is most likely to start and who is the farthest off. And we're also going to give you a prediction about who our rookies of the year is going to be. So, I feel, being honest, the first division we're going to talk about in football is the NFC South, where you have the Atlanta Falcons, New Orleans Saints, Carolina Panthers, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, Austin, give me your prediction. Who you think comes out on top and who's maybe a sleeper team in there?
Well, drum roll, please. New Orleans Saints. Onward.
What a shocker. What a shocker. How did I know you were going to say that? What do you like most about them this year?
Well, I'm going to tell you, this team is, after what happened last year in Minnesota, Marcus Williams, Marshawn Lattimore, Cam Jordan, this team is hungry. They're motivated. They're playing with a swagger right now in training camp. Guys are flying all over the field. Defense looks like it's better than I've ever seen before. Offense is going to be the offense. No one Sean Payton, Drew Brees type offense. Got Alvin Kamara coming back. Michael Thomas on the outside. They added Cameron Meredith at wide receiver in the offseason. I think this team is loaded from top to bottom. I really don't see a weakness at any position. And I just think that this team is going to run the table this year in the NFC South.
I do like the Saints. I think the Saints have a great team, like you said. Loaded defensively, a lot of young pieces with Marshawn and Marcus Williams at the safety, and Von Bell is another good name to throw out there. And being interested to see what the first-round pick Davenport does. Trade two first-round picks to get him. It's being interesting to see what he does on the other side of Cam. But I really like the Saints, but not so fast. I have the Atlanta Falcons coming on top.
Of course.
I do have the Saints in the playoffs, though. I do have.
You make me feel so much better.
I know. I try to make everybody happy. But no, I have the Atlanta Falcons winning this. I feel this team is, they have a lot of young guys that have grown up. I just feel this is the Falcons' year. I feel 2 years ago, we all know what happened 2 seasons ago in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the Falcons blew a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl. Just for y'all that didn't know.
Yeah, that happened. I feel that was just being there was a year ahead of schedule. But I do think the big piece for the Falcons this year is Steve Sarkisian needs to develop as an offensive coordinator, because I feel the pieces, especially with the Falcons just drafting the rookie receiver out of Alabama, Calvin Ridley, all the pieces are there for this team to be successful. You already have Julio, you have an MVP quarterback in Matt Ryan, you have Mohamed Sanu, who's a good number 2, and then obviously the running back core is one of the best in the NFL with Freeman and Coleman. You have a top 5 offensive line like Steve. It's all there for you, man. Just go out there, run the offense, and like I said, the defense. Vic Beasley got moved back to DN. So, we all know what he did 2 years ago when he had 15.5 sacks playing defensive end. Deion Jones, I feel, is going to get better. So, I just have the Falcons team winning the division by 1 game. I have them edging the Saints. I've had the Falcons going 12-4, Saints 11-5. Saints are a wildcard team, Falcons division winner. And honestly, the other 2 teams, Carolina and Tampa. Tampa, I feel, is going to be 4-12 this year. Not having Jameis, he needs to grow up. That's going to hurt them. That's going to be 0-3 to start, and then I just feel it's not going to have a huge impact. And Carolina, they need more pieces. I see them going to 7-9, 8-8 year. As worst 6-10. I just feel they need more pieces to be successful.
Yeah, I agree with Carolina. I think Carolina doesn't have enough talent this season to compete in the NFC South. I know last year they pretty much caught a lot of people around the country by surprise. I do not think they can do it 2 years in a row. Tampa Bay, I don't think they have the right coaching staff there. Look for them to hopefully give this staff another shot. I just don't think it's going to work out, though. Jameis Winston, not the leader that he needs to be, needs to go out there and show by example. But I definitely think Saints and Falcons are going to finish 1-2. But I
understand.
But the thing
it's really a toss-up. Both teams are equally talented.
The thing with the Falcons is look, very talented team. Went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago. I just feel like at offensive coordinator, like you said, Steve Sarkisian last year, I just don't think his game plan fits NFL. I think he needs to go back to college with a more spread system. I just think that losing Kyle Shanahan was a big blow to y'all last season.
Absolutely.
And I just think that, right now I don't think Steve Sarkisian is the guy. A concern for me with the Atlanta Falcons is the pass rush. I know Vic Beasley will be moving back to DN this year, which I think is huge. He was top of the league in sacks a couple years ago. But, at the other side, you got Ty McKinley kind of unproven. He was a first-round pick last year. But that's the position that concerns me. If y'all can get a pass rush and give that secondary some time to make plays, I think y'all could be a good team. But for right now, I think the Saints are more talented.
Yeah. The season will definitely tell, though. I'm ready for the season to start. But moving on to the next division, NFC East, which I kind of feel is a real kind of toss-up division because I feel all 4 teams have the talent, but I mean, you have the Eagles obviously are the Super Bowl champs, so obviously they're going to be the favorites to win the division again. I mean, who do you like? I mean, honestly, there's a lot of good teams in that division.
Well, I'm going to do a process of elimination. Number 1, I do not like the Alex Smith trade for the Washington Redskins. I think they should have tried to keep Kirk Cousins, keep that team intact. They did ask the running back Darius Geis, but I still feel like they have a hole at that position. Don't really know who's going to be there every down back. They can't rely on Alex Smith to throw the ball every down. He's not that type of quarterback. He's more of a game manager. So I don't think the Redskins will be able to compete for the division title. Dallas Cowboys, they have a lot of talent. Ezekiel Elliott, Dak Prescott. Losing Dez Bryant's going to be a huge blow to that team, though, without a traditional number 1 wide receiver for Dak Prescott to throw to. I think their passing game is really going to struggle, and teams are going to start stacking the box to stop the run and stop Ezekiel Elliott. So I think they're not going to win the division. And then the Giants are too mature. Odell Beckham, they have a lot of talent, but they're really young. Odell Beckham coming off an injury, he needs to kind of grow up a little bit too, kind of like Jameis Winston in Tampa. I think he's arguably the most talented receiver in the NFL. Just needs to grow up and get it together. Eli Manning declining at quarterback, and then you have the young running back and Saquon Barkley. That offensive line don't think will give them a chance to win the division as well. So by process of elimination, I think the Philadelphia Eagles win that division, but dominate it and go 13-3 to win the NFC as well.
I think with Carson Wentz back at the helm, they didn't really lose any super weapons. They pretty much kept the same team until they lose a few pieces. When you have a team like that, you're bound to lose somebody.
Right.
A guy wins Super Bowl, he's gonna get paid.
Players want to get paid.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I feel like, with the exception of the Eagles, all 3 teams they have some weaknesses. Alex Smith is not a type of quarterback you want to throw all the time, and we just don't know about Darius Geis yet at running back for the Washington Redskins, what he can do. So yeah, Eagles, they need more. So, but the Redskins need more. The Giants, just like you said, they got so many guys that just need to grow up with Eli Apple. I do like Saquon. That was a great draft.
I love it too.
I think. And Odell, top 5 receiver in the league, without a doubt. No question about it. But, Eli needs to play better because he has some weapons. You have Sterling Shepard on the other side. So, and the Cowboys, I don't know. Something tells me the Cowboys are just going down. I just feel it's going down.
I think this might be Jason Garrett's last season.
So do I. But I agree. Eagles, I'm going to say, 12-4, 13-3. Then that area, without a doubt, dominant. I think next closest team is 9-7.
I think the Eagles win the whole NFC. You look what they did last year. Another thing to watch for them is that running back, Jay Ajayi, coming back. Last year it was kind of a split system. I think this year he's going to be more of the guy. Look for him to have a big season. I think what he did in Miami the first half of the season is what you're going to see in Philadelphia for the whole entire 16 games.
Now he's the whole offseason work with head coaches and stuff and get familiar with the O-line, without a doubt.
And they have weapons on the outside, Aguilar, Alshon Jeffrey. They have good receivers, so I think they're going to be loaded.
I think they're going to be loaded too. They're definitely, without a doubt, going to win the division, in my opinion.
A division I want to talk about, and I know me and you kind of go back and forth on this too, is the NFC West. NFC West, you got the Rams, you got the Cardinals, Seahawks. They're kind of going back, and they got the 49ers.
This division is probably the best division
from top to bottom.
From top to bottom. Definitely in the NFC, without a doubt. Maybe probably all of football this season.
Right.
But I know in the past we've said the NFC South, but like I said, with the other 2 teams kind of going down, but you have 3 teams that can easily, all 3 have winning records. For me, the only team Seattle, I don't think is have a winning record. I think Seattle's going to go at best 8-8, but I see them going 6-10, 7-9 again. I just feel they're losing a lot, and then they lost a lot. Richard Sherman's gone, Cam Chancellor had to retire, Cliff Haber retired, Michael Bennett's gone. They just lost so many pieces, leaders from the Super Bowl team. Russell Wilson's still there. You need more than a quarterback. We've seen that in the league. You need more than a quarterback to win football games. So for me, I'm going to have the Rams. The Rams, they added a lot of good pieces. I feel with Marcus Peters, Now, will those two guys' personalities like go well together? Only the season will tell. But from a talent standpoint, they are loaded. You still have Aaron Donald on the D line, who's just, that's one of the best defensive linemen in all of football. Offense. Jared Goff developed tremendously last year. He got way better than he was his rookie year. You have Brandon Cook still. Robert Woods was good. Cooper Kupp was good in the slot. And don't forget, they just have Todd Gurley, who's just, one of the best running backs in the league. So, yeah, for me, it's the Rams are going to win this division. I'm going to say they go 11-5, 12-4. My number 2 team, though, is the San Francisco 49ers. I think they might be one of the teams that gets the second wildcard spot. I have the Saints getting the number 1 wildcard spot, but the 49ers, I think with Jimmy Garoppolo in the helm and now a whole offseason to work with Kyle Shanahan, I think they're going in the right direction. I think he's really going to get Jimmy Garoppolo where they need to be. And this 49ers team, a lot of good young talent. They're going to be going in the right direction.
Yeah, I agree with your point about the Seattle Seahawks. I think last year was their final year. I think this year they're gonna start a small rebuild. You definitely still have Russell Wilson at quarterback, who's still he's still just before his prime years. I think they're gonna try to build around him in the future. But like you said, they lost so much talent. They lost Richard Sherman. They lost Bennett. You said Earl Thomas is having a contract issue right now. They might lose him. I just don't think they've built enough through the draft. I think a big mistake by them was passing on running backs such as Sony Michel and Darius Geis. And they didn't.
Yeah, to take Penny out of San Diego State.
Exactly.
Most people don't know about.
Right. I was surprised by that. So I think that they should have went with more of a traditional power back or something like that. This guy they got is more of a scat back. I don't know what their plan is. Maybe they're going to try to run more of a spread offense. I just don't think they're going to have it this year. I think they're going to go like 6-10. I think it's going to be a really bad year for Seahawks fans. But I do disagree though on your look. The Rams, the Los Angeles Rams are probably the most talented team maybe in the NFL. They're loaded. You got Brandon Cooks receiver. You got Jared Goff, former number 1 overall pick, who last year, like you said, stepped up and really showed his development. You got Todd Gurley, who's arguably one of the best backs, if not the best back in the NFL on offense. Like you said, you have receivers. Cooper Kupp was really good. You have guys, weapons all over that offense that can be good. Sean McVay, probably one of the best young offensive minds in the NFL. That defense, like you said, Aqib Talib, Marcus Peters, they went out and got a lot of good talent. Aaron Donaldson on the line. I do think, though, that they made a mistake by letting go of Alec Ogletree and trading Robert Quinn. I think that was crucial leadership on that team. And the 2 guys that they got in return for that, Aqib Talib, Marcus Peters, they're more of a kind of a firecracker personality. You don't really know where it's going to happen. I don't know if they're going to really gel and how that's going to lead their team and what kind of team they're going to produce. So, with that being said, I think the Rams finished second with the other wild card spot, and I like the San Francisco 49ers to come out and shock the world and win this division. Jimmy Garoppolo, like you said, I think this guy's going to be a Pro Bowl this year. I think he's going to lead this team. He's going to be one of the top quarterbacks in the league. Last year, they went on a big run and went, to end the season. I think they won 7 straight games. Like you said, a lot of young talent on the defense. You got Reuben Foster. You got some of Eric Armstead guys that they've had on the defensive line that they've been trying to groom and have their potential rise each season. I think they step up this year and win the division. I like them to go 10-6.
That's what I said. I like the 49ers.
I love the 49ers.
I think you said they win
the
the division.
I have 49ers winning the division at
10-6.
10-6. Rams go 9-7. I think the Rams lose a lot of games because of dumb attitude problems, and I think they're not going to gel right away. That makes sense.
I understand. No, I haven't said that. I said
right.
I don't know if these personalities are going to go well together.
Right.
But if they do,
they're a Super Bowl team. They're a Super Bowl team because they're the most talented team in the NFL. We didn't even talk about Ndamukong Suh, defensive line. They added him as well. You add him with Aaron Donald. Well, the contract situation needs to get worked out. But if you add him with Aaron Donald, who starts the season week 1, you're looking at one of the best front 7 in the entire NFL.
Right. I agree. I'm surprised I even forgot to mention Ndamukong Suh. That's a huge addition.
Right.
You arguably had the top 2 defensive tackles in the league on your defensive line.
Exactly.
With Marcus Peters, who's probably a top 10 cornerback.
The only concern with the Rams is their talent is definitely up on a high level. Only concern is, can they gel together with all the attitudes?
I agree. That's going to be the big question for them going forward.
Right.
But moving on to the last division, the NFC is kind of an interesting one, is the NFC North, because you have the Packers, who Aaron Rodgers is back and healthy. The Bears are a development team with Trubisky as the quarterback. You have the Lions, who they have talent, but they can't seem to get it to going every year. And then the Minnesota Vikings, who coming off a really good year last year, all they did was add Kirk Cousins as their quarterback. So
they upgraded that position.
Yeah, I would say it's a solid upgrade. For me, I just feel it's definitely between the Vikings and the Packers. Because the Packers, you can't ever count Aaron Rodgers out. You just can't. But this is why I don't think the Packers win the division. It's great. You have probably the best quarterback in the league right now. In this moment, he's probably the
He's
best
the best
quarterback.
quarterback,
If he was on, had a, top 5 offensive line, top 5 wars, he would set every
If
NFL
you put Aaron Rodgers on the Jacksonville Jaguars, they win the Super Bowl for the next 3 seasons.
Yes, with that defense, yes. So, but the Vikings they have the pieces. They have a good defense, and they have Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen, Kyle Rudolph. They have a solid O-line. Problem with their O-line last year was it wasn't healthy. They need to get healthy to have protection. But now you have Kirk Cousins, a true quarterback. All respect to Case Keenum. Case Keenum was great last year. He did a fabulous job with the team. When you have a defense like that, you don't need to do a whole lot to win games. And that's what they did. They won games based off their defense play, and Case Keenum didn't lose them any games except for the last game of the season, obviously.
Correct.
But he was great for them all year. But adding Kirk Cousins, you have a better quarterback now. The Vikings are going to be dangerous.
Look, sometimes less is more. You look at the Vikings, what do they do in free agency other than Kirk Cousins? Not much.
They didn't really do much.
They kept their team together. They know what works. They found a recipe that works. They're going to stick with it. Their defense is loaded. Got Xavier Woods leading that secondary. Harrison Smith at safety. They have a really solid defense, probably one of the best defenses in the league. They added Sheldon Richardson, which is going to add to that D line, which is just going to take them to another level. You know what I'm saying? If he plays up to his potential. So, the Vikings, I think to me are the team to beat in the NFC North. Like you said, the Packers can't count out Aaron Rodgers. I just don't think the Packers have enough talent. They're starting to go down. Free agents don't want to sign there. I feel bad for Aaron Rodgers.
They did give Muhammad Wilkerson, which is going to help the defense.
Yeah, but it's one guy. They need more. They need a lot more pieces.
Secondary is what they really need.
Yes.
They've been drafting cornerbacks the past few years. You had King last year. I just feel bad for Aaron Rodgers because the talent is he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
They drafted Jair Alexander this year from Louisville. So
we'll see how he does. But they just need this defense needs to get better. If Aaron Rodgers had good defenses,
a running game too, man. Who's their running back this year?
That's what I'm saying. You got Ty Montgomery. You had they was pretty much just a rotation last year.
They had a lot of different guys last year.
Right. So
they definitely got to get one guy that can carry that running game.
The fact that I had to think who the running back was.
Now look, I tell you what. I like the Vikings winning division, but I think the Packers are going to fall back. Look for the Detroit Lions. They have, like you said, they have a lot of talent. Matt Patricia coming in his first season. I don't think they get there this year. But in a couple seasons, man, look for them to be a team that's on the move.
The one core position you need to have set if you're a good team is quarterback.
They have
that quarterback.
You just got to win the playoffs. That's all.
Yeah, and I feel they're another team. Just get some better defense pieces and a running back as well. They have the receivers. I feel Marvin Jones and Golden Tate, good receivers.
Solid receivers.
Are either one of them number ones? No, but they're very good receivers. So I feel like just get a running back, a true running back. And get the defense better, the lines will be there. They just need a few more.
I think it's going to take a couple more years for Matt Patricia to really get his system and his style of play really going there.
Yes,
change the culture.
Now the one team where I think they got better this offseason, but I just don't think they're there yet, is the Bears. They added Taylor Gabriel. They added Allen Robinson. Those are good additions to your offense, especially when you have a quarterback with Mitchell Trubisky, a young guy who I felt last year a lot of people were like, they were just kind of judging him because he didn't really look that good. But who were his weapons last year? Because Cam Meredith got hurt and Cam Meredith ain't there anymore. This year, if everybody stays healthy and Trubisky doesn't look good,
right?
He's not the guy.
Like you said, with weapons, you got Allen Robinson coming there this year. Taylor Gabriel in the slot to add that receiving court. Kevin White, I think they pretty much give up on him, but you got, like you said, Allen Robinson he could be a top receiver in the NFL if he stays healthy. So the Bears definitely they're on the rise slowly, but I think they're also a couple of years away.
I agree.
So definitely Vikings winning that division. Have them going 11-5.
Yeah, well, no. All right,
moving over to the AFC. How about the AFC? Let's just get one out of the way. AFC East, Patriots. Okay, moving on. AFC West. Who you got in the AFC West?
I'm gonna say it, man. I think the San Diego Chargers.
I like it.
Los Angeles Chargers. Correction.
I like
Los Angeles Chargers win the division.
I like it.
I feel like Joey Bosa is going to get way better. Phil Rivers, I feel is without at moments he's a top 5 quarterback in the league, and then at moments he gets a little too ahead of himself and he throws it to the wrong team.
Think about that. You got Mike Williams coming back this year. He's going to be a rookie because he didn't play at all last year at receiver from Clemson. That was their big draft pick last year, first round pick. He didn't play that much. He played a little bit of preseason, but that was it. So you got him coming back, another added weapon. Melvin Gordon at running back. I think the Los Angeles Chargers can be very dangerous. I like Joey Bosa to win Defensive Player of the Year. I think he's going to be that good this year.
I think Joey Bosa's good.
I think he's going to be that good this year.
I think Joey Bosa has a lot of talent. He could be, if starting this year, one of the, like, I mean, he could be. I don't like comparing people to J.J. Watt because J.J. Watt's free, but like kind of that standard. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a sack machine, pretty much unblockable. You still have Ingram on the other side of him too. Oh, that's gonna be dangerous with those two guys on the outside. So yeah, I like. Then Melvin Gordon at the running back. I feel like, is he a top 5 running back? No, but he gets the job done with it. When you have quarterback Phil Rivers, and they still have Allen too as receiver. They just need him healthy, man. If he could just stay healthy, like Keenan Allen,
Yeah.
oh my. I mean, he's a top 10 receiver.
He
I
definitely
feel,
is.
when he's healthy.
Definitely in fantasy. He's definitely every year when he's playing, he's definitely one of the top guys in fantasy. If you look at the rest of that division, I just don't think enough teams are ready right now. You got Denver; they're kind of in a flux. I like the addition of Bradley Chubb, though. I think he's going to be a huge player on that defense. Put him on the other side of Von Miller. I think they're going to be dangerous. But they lost Aqib Talib, lost some other pieces on defense. Then you got Case Keenum. I don't think he's going to really fit in with what they want to do.
Yeah, Broncos. I see they're being like a 6-10 team.
Yeah, I just don't think they're ready. And then you got the Raiders. John Gruden coming back. I think that's going to help them.
They still need another offseason to add more pieces.
I think they do too. I don't like some of the pieces they added. I didn't really care for.
Like Martavis Bryant's problem in the locker room, I feel. Jordy's I like Jordy. Jordy's professional. But, I mean...
Yeah, Doug Martin, you don't know what
you
he's
still have Derek Carr.
I love Derek. I think Derek Carr.
And Amari Cooper needs to get better. Last year was a major disappointment. You need to go out there and do you, man. Be the guy you were your rookie year and just keep getting better.
He had that sophomore slump. But like you said, Derek Carr, I think he's one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league, talent-wise. And then you have they added Doug Martin. I don't know where his head's going to be.
I don't know where his head is after everything that just happened in Tampa.
Exactly. So that's why I don't feel it. And then you have,
Kansas City Chiefs are another one. It's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting. They're kind of like we don't really know. It just kind of depends how Patrick Mahomes. I
haven't heard good things coming out of Kansas City.
I've heard Mahomes is he's looking like a guy it's going to be his first year start.
Yeah.
Which you need to get that year out of the way. So I think this year the Chiefs are going to see some good moments, but you're going to see some bad moments.
I think the Chiefs go 8-8.
That's what I'm saying. I see 8-8, 7-9. They're going to get you're going to see some positives. But like you said, they know that they need a good draft next year and a good offseason. I think then there'll be some steps in the right direction. But yeah, I think Chargers, I just feel it's all there for them this year. If everybody stays healthy, this could be their season to win the division.
I think with Phil Rivers getting older too, this is their window of opportunity is kind of closing a little bit. So
I guess moving on to the AFC South. Now the AFC South, I feel in the AFC
they're
is probably the best.
Low key loaded.
The whole division, absolutely, because you have Houston Texans. Deshaun Watson's coming back healthy.
J.J. Watt's
coming back healthy. Mercedes at linebacker, he's coming back. Already have DeAndre Hopkins. Will Fuller is going to be back as another receiver. The Colts, guess what?
Andrew Luck.
He's back. And then the Jaguars, obviously, going to the AFC Championship game last year with that loaded defense. And then you have the Tennessee Titans, another playoff team from last year with Marcus Mariota under the helm. With the exception of Blake Bortles, which Blake Bortles is a solid QB, but could do better. Each team has a really good quarterback.
Good young quarterback.
Young quarterback as well, exactly. But
who you got?
I'm gonna go Houston Texans. Everybody stays healthy. Houston Texans.
I think Houston's Texans are going to get the wild card team. I think from a record standpoint, I think this division has the best two teams as far as record. I think Jacksonville's going to go 12-4. I like Texas to finish 11-5. Deshaun Watson coming back. Look for Deshaun Watson to win Most Improved Player or Comeback Player, whatever you want to call it.
I want to say it's a comeback player,
right?
Because coming back from injury.
Same thing, J.J. Watt. They might compete with each other to win Comeback Player of the Year. J.J. Watt coming back. I heard he's looked great in camp. He's out to prove that he still got some gas left in his tank. Receiver, didn't even talk about that. DeAndre Hopkins, Will Fuller, probably the best 1-2 punch in the AFC. So their team is loaded as well. I just like Jacksonville from an experience standpoint. Their defense is young, they're hungry. It's very hard to throw the ball against Jacksonville.
This is why I feel Jacksonville's going to take a step back. They lost both of their receivers, in Robinson and Hearns.
Yeah, but if you look at it, though, they're going to run the ball.
I know. They have Fournette. When you have Fournette, just feed him the rock, man. Dude's a beast.
Another thing, too, Robinson was out most of the last season, and Hearns didn't have a big role.
Yeah, they're relying a lot. They're expecting Marquise Lee to step up and G.D. Westbrook to step up.
Right.
Not saying they can't. No, disrespect to them.
I think the concern for Jacksonville is not the receivers, just the quarterback throwing to the receivers.
That's what I'm saying. I just Blake. Did he make improvements last year? Yes. There's still a lot for him to improve on, though. So it's going to be he just needs to prove. But I have Jacksonville still 10-6. They're still a good team. I have Houston going 11-5. I just feel that Houston's
can make an argument
offense.
for both. I think Houston and Jacksonville definitely going to be the two teams right there. But look at the Indianapolis Colts. I think they improve. I think they go 9-7.
Sleeper team.
Maybe 9-7, pushing a wild card spot. Andrew Luck's going to come back. I think he's going to be a guy on a mission. I think he's going to be tops in the league in passing yards this season.
I see. Definitely. They're a sleeper team, I feel. You just don't know what Andrew Luck and that team is going to be able to do. But Moving on to the last team in the AFC is the AFC North. Who you got, my sir?
I'm gonna go. This was the tough one because you have Pittsburgh. They have a lot of talent with Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, Ben Roethlisberger. But I think the holdout for Pittsburgh is going to hold them back. I think it's a distraction. I think they have a lot of problems in the locker room with miscommunication. Not attitude guys. I think they have good guys in the locker room. For some reason, they just don't seem to be on the same page. So I think Pittsburgh finishes 9-7. I like Baltimore to win the division, but I don't think Baltimore is going to be that much better than Pittsburgh. I think they go 9-7 as well. They win kind of a tiebreaker type situation. I don't really like any of the teams in this division. I think Cincinnati, Andy Dalton just doesn't cut it for me. They never do good. In my opinion, I think it's time for them to move on from Marvin Lewis and get kind of a new regime in there. And, Cleveland Browns will be the Cleveland Browns.
I think Cleveland Browns will be better, though. I think Cleveland's going to go like 6-10, 7.
I see that. I think they're going to be
And obviously, that sounds bad. But if you know the Browns, that's an improvement year.
They've only won like 2 games the last 3 seasons. So
yeah, that'll be an improvement year, and they just keep adding, keep drafting. Like
I think they had a good draft. I think Baker Mayfield is going to be a solid guy for them. He's not going to start week 1,
but in training camp,
right? And I like the additions with Jarvis Landry. They still have Gordon, receiver. If he can stay straight and stay stay out of trouble, I think he's one of the best receivers in the league as well.
Right. For me, I'm still having the Steelers win the division. I just feel like they've been there. Like, I mean, the talent's there with Le'Veon and Antonio Brown, Big Ben. But like you said, like sometimes I do see what you're saying with the miscommunication sometimes. But I feel, I think the Ryan Shazier is really going to motivate, especially the defensive guys, to like step up this year. Do I think they're going to have a great year like they could? No. I think they're going to go around the 10-6. But with this division, I think 10-6 is good enough to win the division.
I think so too. I think 10-6.
I do think the number 2 team will be Baltimore. They have shots, and I think Joe Flacco is going to feel threatened with the Lamar Jackson draft. So I'm going to spit out Baltimore. I think they're still going to go 8-8, 9-7 maybe, and maybe they'll push for a wild card spot. I don't think they'll get it, but they'll push for it.
Right.
But for me, it's definitely the Steelers. I just feel all the pieces are there for them to win the division this year.
Speaking of Cleveland, they have we talk about Baker Mayfield and stuff like that. Yeah, a lot of other rookie quarterbacks around the league. Just want to kind of get your opinion. Who do you think is a rookie quarterback that you think is going to have the best chance to start week 1?
Sam Darnold.
The New York Jets.
Sam Darnold. I've heard he's looked tremendous, and I've heard the players even feel that he could start week 1. Because you got to look at it. I mean, they have him, they have Josh McCown, and Teddy Bridgewater. I feel bad for Teddy because, the injury really that messed him up. Yeah. I feel everything was in perfect place for him in Minnesota until the injury. Josh McCown's a good veteran. I feel he could help, with the little things with Sam Darnold. But I just like the talent. Sam Darnold has tremendous talent, and the Jets need a hero right now. I feel like Sam Darnold can be that guy for them, and I feel like he has the pieces right now to be that.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think it's between him and Josh Rosen from Arizona.
See, I like Rosen, but you're not going to pay Sam Bradford $20 million a year to sit on
the
bench.
reason why I say that is because Sam Bradford has an injury problem, so I don't know if he could be able to stay healthy.
So you're basically saying if Sam Bradford...
If he takes the wrong hit in preseason, he's going to be down.
Okay. Of course. Rosen's going to be the backup if that happens, but... No,
I think
Sam Bradford's healthy. Sam
Darnold has the best chance to win the job outright.
That's what I'm... Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, who do you think has the lowest ceiling to win the job?
Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I've heard nothing but bad things come out of Buffalo. Not just from him. I heard A.J. McCarron hasn't looked good either. And they got Nathan Peterman,
who's also I've heard not look good.
He come in through four interceptions his first start last year, so he doesn't look good. But they drafted Allen. He has the most talent as far as physical tools. He has the arm strength and the build.
He can throw the football field if you
right,
want to.
But he can't throw it on target.
Problem is if you throw it the wrong direction, though, it don't really mean a whole lot.
If you throw it to the wrong team, it's going to be a problem. So
yeah, I agree. Josh Allen. I feel all the physical tools are there. Like I said, the kid can throw a mile, but you got to be accurate with the ball. He was at.
Yeah.
At Wyoming, he had just barely over 50% completion percentage. You're at Wyoming. You're not going against top schools.
Exactly.
How is your completion percentage low? So I just feel he needs to improve a lot of things. This year, I wouldn't even start him this year. He needs to work I
think he's more a project, and I think they're kind of disappointed. I think they expected him to maybe come in and start right away.
I think they did too because they were another team that they needed a hero immediately at quarterback, and I just don't feel he's the guy.
It really it's kind of bad because I like Buffalo. I think they're a good team. They have a lot of talent. They just don't have the quarterback right now. It's going to hold them back.
I agree, but we're talking about rookies here, so I gotta ask. Who's your rookie of the year, both offensively and defensively?
Offensively, I'm gonna go with Sony Michel out of New England. I think he's gonna have a big role in that offense. They're gonna use him in a similar way that the Saints used Alvin Kamara last year. He has a similar type skill set. I think Sonny Michel though has the potential to run up the gut more than Alvin Kamara. He has better ball handling skills right at this point in his career. Starting out in the NFL, I think he's going to do really well for them. I like him to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. He's going to be their main back, I believe. And for Defensive Rookie of the Year, I think it's going to be between Bradley Chubb and Roquan Smith. I'm going to go with Bradley Chubb because he's been in camp. Roquan Smith is on holdout right now, so I think Bradley Chubb's going to really benefit from that extra time of work.
For me, I think, this is going to sound like an easy one, but I just feel like he's just a beast. Saquon Barkley. He's going to be my Offensive Rookie of the Year. You just look at the dude. The dude's, he's bigger than some NFL running backs right now, like already as a rookie.
Right.
And, you saw the dude at Penn State. The dude was a stud. There's nothing he couldn't do. He catches out of the backfield.
Returns kicks.
He returns kicks. He runs the ball.
He's a good
pass
teammate.
Blocker,
too.
And he's a good teammate. You never heard any problems with him with teammates.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. He's not a good pass blocker. That's going to help Eli out with the receiving game. So I just feel like if now the key for him is the O-line needs to be good for the Giants.
Right.
If the O-line is solid and he can get some holes, which, really with a guy like him, he doesn't need a big hole. Just give him a little hole. He'll do the rest. He's strong enough. He'll fight through it. So for me, I think Saquon's going to put up really good numbers this year, and I feel he's been my Offensive Rookie of the Year. My Defensive Rookie of the Year, I'm going to go Roquan Smith. The dude's just a tackling machine. If he puts his arms on you, you are not going anywhere.
Right.
I feel he's going to lead all rookies in tackles this year.
I can see it.
Because I feel he's going to start right away for the Bears. And he needs to get this holdout thing.
Yeah, got to get him in camp.
He's got to get preseason games in. But for me, I just feel he's going to lead all rookies in tackles. He's going to be a force for that Chicago Bears. Like I said, are the Bears going to be a good team this year? No, they still need to get a little bit better. But he's a good piece to add, and I think he's going to do really great this year.
Yeah, I agree with that. For me, the Bradley Chubb is for me, I like what you said about Roquan Smith. It's the holdout's the only problem for me. So that's why I say
Bradley Chubb. When you put him on the DN and then you have Von Miller on the other side, you can't block both of them. So you got to pick which one you're going to put two guys on. So
exactly.
Bradley Chubb, I think, is going to have a good year.
I think Bradley Chubb's going to impact the game even if he doesn't get a sack because you're going to have guys worried about him, worried about Von.
I see. Yeah, exactly. That's a good problem. You want two guys on both ends, so you don't have one guy double teamed.
Right.
It spaces everything out for you defensively.
Exactly.
So, yeah, that's who I think is.
So to kind of close out our show, we want to thank everybody for listening. Again, we're back. We're gonna try to do this every week, maybe 2 weeks, every now and then when we have time.
Yes.
We have started a website. We're very excited about that. We're gonna be have a sports we do like a sports blog type deal.
It's gonna be a sports blog. We're gonna be having we're posting an article, at least one article a week. So, you don't have to feel that, I don't want to go in there and they're not going to post them. No. Every week we're posting a new article.
We already got it launched. Today's our first day. We have 3 articles posted. Michael has a great one about the Braves and why Braves fans should be excited. You want to tell them about that real quick?
Yeah, I just feel, the Braves have a lot of young talent right now, and they're playing really good baseball. And, if you just watch them, they're exciting to watch with all, Ozzie Albies. Freddie Freeman's been, an all-star for the past few years. It's just been a bad team, and you're finally starting to see him. Ronald Acuna, and the pitching's been good for them. They just have so much talent. They're exciting to watch. Braves fan, especially with the man Young, they'll be exciting going forward.
Yeah, tune in. Everybody go. So here's the website, thebreakdownsports.weebly.com. Check out Michael's Braves article.
And Austin has 2 great articles. He has one on the Saints as a whole, talking about this season coming forward. And he also has a great one on safety Marcus Williams and how last year's sad moment for him is going to make him a better player.
Yeah.
You want to tell him a little about that?
Yeah, I think I did one on the Saints previewing this year's season. Go check that out. I have some great stuff about what I think about the defense, players to watch, things like that. I also did one on Marcus Williams, why I think he's going to be the Saints' most impactful player this year. I think the guy's on a mission. Anybody who's following Saints camp right now knows that this guy's playing with a chip on his shoulder, and he's ready to prove that what he can really do to the rest of the NFL. So 2 good reads. We have 3 articles total. Michael, good about the Braves. My 2 Saints ones. Please go check it out. The breakdownsports.weebly.com.
Go check it out, and don't worry, it's going to be one every week, so all you sports fans, you keep checking out. So that's the show. All right. Good night, America.